The Days of Our Lives episode, airing on Thursday, December 26th, promises a holiday celebration that's equal parts joyous and heart-wrenching. For some in Salem, the season brings warmth, love, and reunions. For others, however, the weight of loss and longing casts a long shadow over the festive cheer. Among those struggling the most is one of Salem's most iconic residents, Marlena Evans, who finds herself torn between the joy of her family and the ache of her heart. Marlena is no stranger to hardship. Over the years, she has faced insurmountable challenges, fought to protect her loved ones, and stood as a pillar of strength for everyone around her. But this holiday season, that strength is faltering. Despite her best efforts to embrace the season and make the most of the time with her children and grandchildren, Marlena's spirit feels fractured. She forces a smile for their sakes, pretending to enjoy the carols, the lights, and the traditions. Yet beneath the surface, a deep sadness lingers, making it nearly impossible for her to fully embrace the season of joy and love. The reason for her sorrow is one that every viewer can empathize with: the absence of her beloved husband, John Black. For months, John has been away on a top-secret mission, leaving Marlena to wait and wonder, day after day, when, or if, he will return. While Marlena has always been supportive of John's work, the prolonged separation is wearing her down. The uncertainty of his safety, coupled with the loneliness of his absence, leaves her feeling vulnerable in a way she rarely allows herself to be. The holiday season, meant to be a time of togetherness and celebration, only magnifies the emptiness she feels. In a rare and poignant moment, Marlena opens up to her stepson, Brady Black. The two share a quiet conversation, away from the holiday chaos, where Marlena finally confesses the depth of her struggle. Her voice trembles as she admits how exhausted she is from waiting for John. She tries to put on a brave face, to believe in his return, but the waiting has taken its toll. Marlena's vulnerability is striking, a reminder that even the strongest among us have moments when the weight of life feels too heavy to bear. Brady, ever the devoted stepson, listens with empathy and compassion. He assures Marlena that John will come home, his words filled with hope and determination. He reminds her of the countless times John has faced danger and come back to her, their love stronger than ever. But even as Brady speaks, a flicker of doubt passes through his eyes. His attempts to reassure Marlena are genuine, but the uncertainty surrounding John's mission looms large. The question of when, or if, John will return remains unanswered. For viewers, this heartfelt exchange between Marlena and Brady is a powerful moment of connection, but it also serves as a harbinger of the heartbreak to come. As the holiday lights twinkle in Salem, tragedy lurks just beyond the horizon. Marlena's pain feels too raw, too immediate, to be soothed by promises alone. The whispers of an impending catastrophe grow louder, leaving fans to wonder, what has become of John Black? Could his mission have gone horribly wrong? And if so, how will Marlena cope with the devastating fallout? The holidays in Salem are shaping up to be full of joy, reunions, and heartwarming moments that will leave fans of Days of Our Lives filled with holiday cheer. One of the highlights of this festive season will be the much-anticipated reunion between Kristen and her old friend Lonnie Price Grant, promising to bring a blend of nostalgia and sweetness to the screen. Lonnie and Kristen have shared a unique bond over the years, a connection forged through adversity and deep understanding. Their reunion at the iconic DiMera mansion will be a touching reminder of that friendship. The atmosphere will be warm and lighthearted as Lonnie walks through the grand DiMera doors to see her friend again. Kristen, ever the enigmatic yet fiercely loyal friend, will greet her with open arms, thrilled to catch up. Lonnie, who has always been proud of her role as a mother, will eagerly show Kristen recent pictures of her twins, Jules and Carver. Kristen's eyes will light up as she marvels at how much they've grown, her heart softening as she listens to Lonnie's stories of motherhood. In return, Kristen will delight in sharing updates about Rachel Black, who's no longer the tiny child Lonnie once knew. Kristen will even have a few funny anecdotes about her daughter to share, creating moments of laughter between the two women. But this scene is just the beginning of Lonnie's holiday adventure. She will also be swept into the warm embrace of her family as she joins the Christmas celebrations at Paulina Price and Abe Carver's house. Paulina, always the life of the party, will have gone all out with festive decorations, creating a magical wonderland where family can gather to make cherished memories. The living room will be filled with the sound of laughter and the unwrapping of gifts as everyone takes a moment to appreciate the blessings of being together. Lonnie and Eli Grant will beam with pride as Jules and Carver steal the spotlight, their faces lighting up with the pure joy only children can express. Abe Carver, ever the loving grandfather, will find himself wrapped up in the magic of the moment as he holds his grandchildren close, a smile etched on his face. Paulina, meanwhile, will make sure everyone feels the love, bringing her signature energy and charm to the festivities. The family will exchange heartfelt gifts, share stories, and soak in the warmth of the season. It's a scene that beautifully encapsulates the importance of family and the enduring bonds that hold them together. But the joy doesn't stop at Christmas. There's another big reason to celebrate. Jules and Carver's birthdays fall during the holiday season, turning this family gathering into a double celebration. Balloons, cake, and an abundance of love will make this milestone one to remember. Lonnie and Eli will watch on proudly as their little ones are showered with affection by family and friends alike. The twins' birthday party will be a highlight, not just for their family but for fans who have watched them grow into such an integral part of Salem's next generation. The festive spirit will extend beyond the family home as the community comes together to spread cheer. The hospital will host special events for children, a long-standing tradition that brings smiles to the faces of Salem's youngest residents. Lonnie, Eli, and the twins will likely make an appearance to join in the fun, further underscoring the spirit of giving and togetherness that defines the season. One of the most delightful moments this year will feature none other than Abe Carver stepping into the role of Santa Claus. Dressed in the iconic red suit, complete with a white beard and a twinkle in his eye, Abe will embody the holiday spirit as he spreads joy throughout the community. From handing out presents to children at the hospital to sharing laughs and hugs with his own family, Abe's turn as Santa will be a beautiful reminder of the selfless love and kindness that define his character. It's a role he'll embrace with his signature warmth, making it a highlight of the holiday season for everyone involved. This year, Days of Our Lives is pulling out all the stops to deliver a Christmas filled with love, laughter, and plenty of drama to keep fans engaged. The reconnection of old friends, the celebration of family, and the joy of community will make this holiday season in Salem one to remember. From touching reunions at the DeMera Mansion to lively celebrations at Paulina and Abe's house, and the laughter of children at the hospital, Salem's residents are coming together to honor the true meaning of Christmas: love, family, and the joy of giving. Stay tuned for all these heartwarming moments and more, as Salem's holiday spirit shines brighter than ever this year. Ava Vitali is not a woman who shies away from a fight. As a former mafia princess, she's seen her fair share of danger and knows how to handle herself, whether it involves blackmail, manipulation, or, when necessary, murder. Ava is tough, resourceful, and always ready to defend herself against any threat. So when mysterious text messages begin popping up on her phone, warning her to stay away from Brady Black, Ava isn't exactly losing sleep. She's convinced Kristen DeMera is behind the threats and feels more annoyed than intimidated. After all, Ava knows Kristen well and firmly believes she can handle anything Kristen throws her way. But the more Ava thinks about it, the more the situation starts to gnaw at her. Kristen is many things: vindictive, manipulative, and ruthless. Yet, Kristen is also direct. She's not the type to hide behind anonymous messages. Confrontation is Kristen's style, not cryptic warnings. As doubts creep in, Ava begins to wonder, what if Kristen isn't the one pulling the strings? If that's the case, then who is? And more importantly, what do they want? Ava isn't one to let mysteries linger. If someone has a problem with her, she intends to find out who they are and ensure they regret crossing her. But this time, Ava decides to call in some help. She reaches out to Steve Johnson, a seasoned private investigator and someone who knows his way around dangerous situations. Their shared history is as tangled as it gets. Ava once tried to ruin Steve's life in more ways than one. Yet, there's an undeniable connection between them: their son, Trip Johnson. Ava is banking on that bond to persuade Steve to take her case. After all, she reasons, Steve owes her. Keeping Tripp's mother safe should be enough motivation, shouldn't it? Steve's initial reaction is, unsurprisingly, reluctant. Ava will never be his favorite person, and their past is riddled with betrayal and animosity. But Steve is also a man with a strong sense of duty. He cares deeply about Tripp and, by extension, feels a responsibility to ensure Ava doesn't wind up in harm's way. Begrudgingly, he agrees to help her get to the bottom of these mysterious threats. As Steve begins his investigation, he's quick to confirm Ava's suspicions about Kristen. The enigmatic and bold Demera is not one to cloak her schemes in secrecy. If Kristen wanted to send Ava a message, she'd likely do it face-to-face or through a dramatic gesture, not by sending vague texts. This revelation leaves them with more questions than answers. Who, then, is targeting Ava? And why are they so intent on driving a wedge between her and Brady? The deeper Steve digs, the murkier the situation becomes. The threats could be coming from anyone, a rival from Ava's past, someone with a grudge against Brady, or even an entirely new player in Salem's web of intrigue. One thing is clear, whoever it is, they've gone to great lengths to stay hidden. Ava, meanwhile, is growing more determined by the day. She's confident that, with Steve's help, she can not only uncover the identity of her adversary but also ensure they regret ever targeting her. For Steve, the stakes are personal. Though he'd never admit it, he's beginning to see the softer side of Ava, the side that fiercely loves her son and is willing to fight for her life. While he may never fully trust her, Steve's protective instincts are kicking in. He's determined to keep Ava safe, not just for Tripp's sake but because he's starting to realize she might deserve a second chance. As the days go by, the tension between Ava and her unknown adversary grows. The text messages evolve, becoming more frequent and ominous. They reference moments from Ava's past that only someone intimately familiar with her life could know. The anonymity of the sender is maddening, and Ava's patience wears thin. Steve, however, urges her to stay calm and not give in to the fear the messages are meant to provoke. He reminds her that losing control is exactly what the sender wants. Meanwhile, Ava begins retracing her own steps, revisiting old allies and enemies alike. Each encounter adds another layer to the mystery. Could it be someone from her mafia days, seeking revenge for a long-forgotten slight? Or perhaps it's a spurned associate of Kristen's, attempting to stir the pot? Every lead Ava and Steve chase seems to end in a dead end, yet Ava remains undeterred. Steve's investigation takes him deeper into Salem's underbelly. He discovers cryptic connections between Brady's business dealings and Ava's recent activities. Could someone be using the situation to sabotage both of them at once? And if so, to what end? Steve begins to suspect the involvement of a third party entirely, someone with both the resources and the malice to orchestrate such an elaborate scheme. As the mystery unfolds, Ava finds herself forced to confront not only her enemies but also her own vulnerabilities. The fierce exterior she has so carefully cultivated begins to crack, revealing glimpses of a woman who is not just a survivor, but also someone longing for stability and trust. Steve's presence is a constant reminder of her flaws and her potential for redemption. Despite their tumultuous history, Ava starts to wonder if working with Steve might be the key to finding closure, not just in this situation, but in her life as a whole. One fateful night, a breakthrough occurs. Steve uncovers a lead that points to a shadowy figure operating from outside Salem. The discovery sets off a chain of events that catapults Ava and Steve into a high-stakes confrontation. Armed with new information and an unrelenting determination, the duo prepares for what could be the most dangerous challenge they've faced yet. Ava knows that failure isn't an option, not when her life and her future hang in the balance. As the final showdown looms, one thing is certain. Ava Vitali isn't just fighting to uncover the truth. She's fighting to reclaim her power, her safety, and her place in a world that has tried to bring her down time and time again. And with Steve Johnson by her side, she just might succeed. The holidays are a time for family, love, and joy, but in Salem, they rarely come without drama. This year is no exception as Brady Black navigates the delicate balance of celebrating Christmas with his daughter Rachel while managing the perpetual tension with her mother, Kristen Demera. In the coming episodes of Days of Our Lives, viewers will see Brady sharing a tender moment with Rachel as he presents her with a special Christmas gift. It's a chance for father and daughter to bond and create cherished memories, but this simple gesture is bound to stir up trouble. Kristen, who always seems to have one eye on Rachel and the other on Brady, won't take kindly to any perceived slight or favoritism. Her fiery personality and obsessive nature will likely ignite another round of drama that threatens to overshadow the holiday spirit. The deeper issue here isn't just about Christmas presents. It's about control, trust, and the unresolved tension between Brady and Kristen. Both parents want what's best for Rachel, but their definitions of that couldn't be more different. Brady yearns to protect his daughter from Kristen's manipulative tendencies, while Kristen sees Rachel as her lifeline to the family she desperately craves. This ongoing tug-of-war creates a powder keg of emotions that could explode at any moment. According to spoilers, the situation will force Brady and Kristen to have a serious discussion about Rachel's future. Can they set aside their animosities long enough to co-parent effectively? Or will Kristen's insecurities and Brady's mistrust continue to widen the rift between them? With Kristen being Kristen, there's always the potential for her to pull some underhanded move to regain the upper hand, whether it's leveraging Rachel's love or scheming to bring Brady closer to her orbit. As these two navigate their fractured relationship, fans can expect plenty of fiery confrontations, heartfelt moments, and unexpected twists. Will this holiday season bring peace and compromise for Brady and Kristen, or will it only deepen the divides between them? One thing is for sure. Rachel's well-being hangs in the balance, and her parents' choices will have far-reaching consequences. Stay tuned for the unfolding drama, because in Salem, the holidays are anything but calm and bright.